Liza with student ID number from class 4A. So, in this video, I want to tell you about the novel. The title is People Like Us, written by Dominic Tan. Some people look very happy because they have a lot of money, beautiful houses, expensive clothes, and many famous friends. But this novel shows that even rich people can have big problems. Sometimes they care more about their image than about their own family. That's why I think this novel is very interesting. So, the story happens in New York, where many rich families live. Okay, everyone wants to be respected, right? And everyone wants to have a good reputation, and people always go to parties, charity events, and expensive dinners, right? Outside, everything looks perfect, but inside, many people are hiding secrets. Okay, the first character I wanna introduce is Ruby Rental. So, Ruby is a woman who married a billionaire businessman named Elias Rental. Because of her husband, Ruby becomes part of New York's high society. So, she always wears beautiful dresses, goes to luxury parties, and meets important people. Her life looks perfect, right? But there's one problem. Many old rich families still think that Ruby doesn't really belong there. It's like they accept her politely, but they never fully trust her. So Ruby always tries to become more like them. It's like she changes the way she speaks and she changes the words she uses, and also she even changes small habits because she wants people to accept her. I think this is sad, right? Because she cannot completely being herself. And another important character is Elias Renzel. Elias is Ruby's husband. He is very rich and very successful. Many people admire him. Why? Because he owns a big business. Okay, at first, everyone thinks that he has a perfect life. But slowly, people begin asking questions about his company. Some people believe that he made money in an illegal way. And then the government investigators start to checking his business. And people begin talking about financial fraud. And then his reputation slowly becomes weaker, even before the truth is known. But rumors are already spreading everywhere. And another interesting character is Just Bailey. So, Just is a journalist. He is not the richest man in the story, but he spends his time to watching other people, and he noticed how rich people behave, and also he understands that many friendships in high society are based on money and status, not real kindness. Through Jews, we can see that this world is beautiful on the outside but very lonely inside. Then we met another famous family called the Altemus family. This family represents old money. That means their family has been rich for many generations. So the mother in this family is Lil Altemus. Lil Altemus is cares about one thing the most, which is her family's reputation. She always wants people to think her family is perfect, and she believes that social status is very important. Because of that, she often judges other people, especially people like Ruby, who become rich later in life. But Will's daughter is very different. Her name is Justin Altemus. Justin doesn't care about expensive parties, and she doesn't care about being famous. Instead, she chooses to work in an AIDS hospice helping very sick patients. and many people around her cannot understand her decision. Even her own mother is disappointed, but Justin stays strong. She believes that helping people is more important than having a perfect social image. And she becomes one of my favorite characters because she follows her own heart. And also, we have Hubie Altimus. Hubie is Justin's brother. He is seriously sick because he has AIDS. At that time, many people were afraid of this illness. Instead of supporting him openly, Lil, her mother, worries more about what other people will say. She even wants to hide Hubie from society. I think this is one of the saddest parts of the novel because it shows that sometimes people care more about repetition than love. As the story continues, Alia's business, as I mentioned before, Alia's business becomes the problems become much worse and the investigation becomes bigger. So the newspaper began reporting the scandal and people discovered that his company has serious financial problems. And many investors lose money and the government investigates him for financial crimes. And step by step, the perfect life of the rental family starts falling apart, and Ruby becomes very worried. She realizes that money cannot solve the problem. One important event in the story is the rental ball. Why? Because this is a very expensive party organized by the rental family. So it should be one of the happiest nights. Instead, it becomes a symbol of their downfall. People whisper behind their backs, and some guests no longer want to be close to them. And other people, only come because they are curious about the scandal. And the party clearly shows that how quickly society can change. When people are rich and successful, everyone wants to be their friend, right? But when problems come, many friends disappear. And after that, Elias faces even bigger problems, and his financial scandal becomes public. And the newspaper continue reporting the case, and more people criticize him, and his business collapses, and his reputation is destroyed, and the same people who once admired him now is avoid him. This is also affects to Ruby because she worked very hard to become part of high society, but now she understands that her acceptance depends only on money and status. And when those things disappear, many people leave her alone. Meanwhile, Justine continues living according to her own values, and she keeps helping patients, and she refuses to change herself just to make other people happy. And compared with many characters in the story, Justine shows that true success is not about being rich. Why? Because being kind and honest is like a good decision because of that. And by the end of the novel, many relationships have changed, and the rental family, as I said before, loses their social position, and many secrets become public, and people begin seeing the differences between appearance and reality. And the novel teaches us that wealth, beauty, and social status cannot guarantee happiness, and money can disappear. Popularity can disappear, but honesty, kindness, and integrity will always have value. Personally, I really enjoyed this novel because it's not only about rich people, instead, it's about human choices. Why? Because it reminds us that we should never judge people only by their money or social status. So, in the end, what really matters is how we treat other people and how honest we are with ourselves. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Thank you for your nice attention and thank you for listening. Bye bye.